60 seconds. This broadcast will start in 45 seconds. This broadcast will start in 30 seconds. This broadcast will start in 15 seconds. This broadcast will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Voice of Stockton. For more information on The Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS, The Voice of Stockton, or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Welcome to The Voice of Stockton and the Vigil Show. I'm here today on a Saturday afternoon. My guest that we have, doesn't need no introduction, but he's well known for in the community as well as Ted Gonzalez from the Aztec/Action Center of Home and Mexican American Human Rights Organization. And right now, I want to introduce my guest today to the left, all the way down. And also, my special guest also is Ramiro Reyes. Sorry, okay. My mouth is also saliving, okay. So I'm excited to have them because that's why I cannot pronounce his name. Because I see him in City Hall meeting all the time, and he's very well-known advocate. I'm really appreciating here.
Thank you.
In my show. That's why I cannot pronounce his name. So anyway, go ahead. To my right, introduce yourself, please.
Yes, first I want to thank Doug Vigil for giving us the opportunity to be on the Voice of Stockton 92.1 on the FM this afternoon. I am Ted Gonzalez, the founder of the Mexican American Human Rights Organization, also known as the Aztec Center here on Harding Way. And we're here to speak to the community about what's going on at the Aztec Center and the future of the organization and community. And with that, I'll return over here to Doug.
And your next guest?
My name is Ramiro Reyes, and I'm a national advocate for people who suffer with Alzheimer's Association. And I've known Mr. Gonzalez for about 20 years, and we've had a chance to be talking lately. He invited me over to the Mexican American Human Rights Organization, and we're here today to bring some good news to the community. Mm-hmm. What's available there at the organization?
Okay, so what is the people who do not know what is an Aztec Center? What is that?
The Aztec Center is a community center, and we've been open now for over a year, and we have progressed very well. We're advocating for the low-income Hispanic farm workers and all of Stockton. We don't just stop there. We're reaching out, and we're active in the community. We're going to protest, we're marching, and we're also attending City Council to let the mayor know how we feel about the actions that are happening in District 4 and the Harding Way Pacific Avenue corridor. We are advocating for people through education, housing, and self-sufficiency. We are currently teaching English, and we are working with the Violence Against Women's program and the Fathers Mentoring Young Daddies program. I'm proud to say that Senor Reyes has decided to join me. We've known each other for quite a few years, and I'm proud to say that Mr. Reyes Ramiro Reyes ran for city council, and so we are active in the community, and we are tired of the abuse and the forgetfulness that's going on at City Hall, how they're always forgetting about us. And we're here to speak for the community because we are the community. And we're really excited to be back involved. And we are interpreters, we're translators, we're doing documentation, and we're doing other services. And we're proud to be here on the show.
Oh, awesome! So tell me, what I heard that you have. What is your goal for that your organization stuff?
Our goals are to educate 10,000 peoples on the civil rights and the IRCA law, which states that it's against the law now for employers to ask for the green card. They have to give the I-9 form out first, and there's no discrimination allowed for national ancestry. And this continues to be the problem because, we was okay, and then now we have somebody new in the White House who's promoting. I feel that he's promoting racism in our community. When we had 3 hate groups, now we have 15 hate groups in the state of California. And we can't go to the store, we can't go any place. A lot of people are just like, for example, I was down at Redondo Beach with my friend Mr. Gonzalez. And we were just sitting there having a Coke, and as soon as I sat down, somebody said something about illegal Mexicans. I mean, I'm not even I'm born here. My daddy was born here, and my family been here since the 1890s. So I don't understand, why can't, instead of promoting a divided country, why aren't we promoting unity like they do in Florida or on the East Coast? They're always promoting unity and be proud to be an American. I'm proud to be American, and I'm proud to be a Mexican American. And one of our goals is to educate, and the other goal is to empower. We want to empower our peoples, and it doesn't matter what color you are, because we know that we are a brotherhood, and under God's eyes, we're all brothers and sisters. And so that's why I'm here, because I believe that I have a mission in this community, and that is to bring our community together and represent our people the way it's supposed to be represented. Don't matter, Democrat or Republican, but what matters is that we move forward and we take care of our families.
Wow, that's amazing. That's good. I think people need to hear that from you, because we need to be unified instead of divisive. There's nothing have accomplished being divided by anything. So that's true. So tell me, what has been happening since the last time you came on the Stockton Community Radio?
Well, since the last time I've been on your radio, I was on the Betty Ramirez show, and we got a lot of input. A lot of the Hispanic community have been coming by, and a lot of people were talking about the Doug Vigil show, and they love to see Doug Vigil because he's also an advocate for the disabled, and he also speaks up at the city council meetings, letting them know that we need to have more interpreters, such as himself, who speak sign language and who doesn't care. But all he cares about is helping the community, and that's where we're at. Since the last time I've been on your program, since the summer, we have expanded in areas of immigration help, DUI, and help with the young ladies who need to start to wake up, because this is the season that domestic violence goes up. And we're here to help the women and the men too, because domestic violence has no shame. The men have domestic violence and the women has the domestic violence. And so we're here to help those. And since I came on the program, we've helped quite a few ladies came through the program. If you do decide to come and volunteer, because we're always looking for volunteers, I'm a job developer, so most of the ladies that come, they only last 2 weeks and they get employment. So I am an advocate, and I'm trying to take our peoples who's homeless, take them off the street and find them jobs.
You know what? You remind me another. What that guy that runs for city council, that's in the city council, the NNCTP.
What year? Be you
Not
too?
me.
Not me.
That's not me.
Not you, but you speak for the Latino group as well.
No, I speak for all of Stockton. All
Okay.
I'm not just focused on one group. I'm not that person. I'm not going to even say his name because
Okay.
every time that we try to invite NAACP and the president, he refused to return phone calls. He's been refusing to help unite the community, and I just don't even want to speak his name.
Okay, but the thing is,
But-
most of the people when I come around in the community, they're men of color. That means that it's any color. Whether you're Asian, Latino, if you're Islamic, anything. It's a man of color. Okay, so therefore I look at it that way. That it's for it. We need to be unified in that too, instead of being just one particular.
We do, but there's certain people on that side that they refuse. They refuse to be united. I grew up, Mr. Vigil. I grew up in South Stockton, in Conway Homes, in the community projects, and my brothers were African American. My brothers were Filipino. Everybody were my friend, and I know what it is to suffer. I know what it is to be poor, and that's why I can relate to what's going on today. And we're having an explosion on the homeless front in Stockton, and I just feel really ashamed that we have a mayor who he doesn't want to click. He doesn't want to say, you know what, instead of spending $300,000 for an assistant to make a speech, he puts that money back in City Hall and forgets where he came from. Okay, and I came from El Barrio de Chivo. We were dirt poor, and we came from poor people, and now we have a chance to give back to our community. We want our community to come to the Aztec Center to get help, and we're here to help, and we are not funded by the city. We're not funded by the county. We work completely on donation.
Cause I know what it's like to be a minority as well too, and what you're saying is true of regarding whatever. I mean, we're in part of the giving community. So do you have?
Edward.
Okay, Edward.
No, my good friend Edward. He's here today, but he's the man working behind the scenes. And no, we're open to everybody. You know, America is the different colors, and everybody that lives in the neighborhood, and even if you don't live in the neighborhood, I don't care what color you are, you can come in and get help at the Aztec Center. And if I can't help you, or Mr. Reyes cannot help you, we will refer you where to get your help. Because a lot of people don't know about what is the St. Mary's Dining Room. A lot of people don't know where to get help if they got a hole growing through their foot or through their leg. And the homeless situation, it's a shame because the city can be doing more than it's doing. The county can be doing more.
But the thing is, Ted, I do believe that they're really not going to. They're all going to be homeless.
Always.
It's been generated when Jesus came around and you will have me, you won't have me, but you're always going to have the homeless to feed. But the thing is that I believe that the homeless problem, they want to keep that there because that's how their platform to run for office. Because that's the thing that's never going to go away. I see that happen all the time. There are always going to be homeless people out there, but how many? To get in office, they have to use some kind of thing that they're in office right now, and yet when they get reelected, they talk about the homeless again. Every people that I have heard, they want to do something about the homeless. They want to do about the building of a project, helping the veteran, and all that stuff, and yet it never gets done because they need something to put them in the office, and that to me that's a conspiracy to me because it's been there for. I have been here in Stockton. And it hasn't been changed for the last 8 years.
So what you're saying that it's a political motivation?
Yes, it is. Because I do believe because they have the fund. What are they doing with the money? They're holding it hostage. They're not going to give any money because they put money into a project, but they don't want to give to the people.
Well, when I ran, I'm a former Stockton City Councilman, so my platform was lower crime. Bring more jobs to Stockton and fix downtown and make it look better. And we did. But when the homeless conversation came up, I always supported the St. Mary's Dining Room. I always supported the mission. And I'm proud to say that the CVS and Antoinette, I met with them this week about the homeless and how they can get help. I spoke to Senor Robert Maldonado over at the mission, and we're very proud to be part of the Mexican American Human Rights Organization. And I'm networking. I'm moving. I'm a shaker. I'm a mover. And I know that Stockton is going to get better and the homeless situation is going to get better, but only if the mayor opens up his eyes and has a little sympathy for the people, because it is gotten worse. And, you know, our local government has a lot to do with that, okay? The city, since the 1960s, has moved up north. North side, Harding Way was north side. Everything's been developed. There was a new mall. Then after a mall, then there were more houses. Then Hammer Lane became North Street. And then just recently, you know, the city councilman for the South Stockton remained quiet. He said nothing. And we kept saying, people kept coming before the podium, that what about South Stockton, Central Stockton, and East Stockton? Instead, he votes to build 30,000 homes north of 8 Mile Road. So how does that help the rest of Stockton? It doesn't.
It doesn't, because you know what? I want to add that what you made. You made a good point, because Metro AM just recently talked about that they don't have enough police. They're not planning to hire more police because they have a ceiling gap of hiring whatever available vacancy there is, and I've seen that happen. So if you're going to add more development for people to work and community over there in North Stockton, you better have more police to have it there. But yeah, we don't have the fund because we don't have because they feel that with the full disclosure that they're not planning to have that. It's all the sham.
Well, I'm not going to say they're a sham.
No, but I think we can say because at the people, at the citizen of Stockton,
the community knows exactly what they're doing at City Hall, and we know that the cracked sidewalks, the trees that need to be trimmed,
right?
The crime that continues to haunt Stockton is expanding, and the gang recruitment. These gangsters are recruiting our youth. The drug problem is getting wider. There's meth all over, and yet the mayor advocates for more growth in the north of Stockton, and I refuse to remain quiet, because we had one man, one person, or several persons, advocating for Stockton to become more wider. Well, everything's good, but I don't like it when they say there's no houses for the future. You know, we have plenty of houses that are empty. We have plenty of hotels that are empty, and they should be reopened, because this is why these hotels have closed. This is why we have more homeless, because they were paying $300 or $400 a month, and now the city says no. So where do they go? They're in the streets. They're making camps. They're camping in South Stockton. They're camping in Central Stockton, East Stockton, North Stockton. Why? Because the mayor wants to help the developers, because he's going around the country saying that his Reinvent Stockton has lowered the crime. It's not that the Reinvent Stockton has lowered the crime. It's the Stockton Police Department doing their job. It's Mr. Jones advocating. It's the police officers going out into the community and speaking to the schools. That's why crime is down, and I'm proud of that. But I'm not proud of somebody who's going around the country on our tab, and we're paying for him to go before CNN and saying, well, we're going to give families $500 a year or a month, so that way they can get off public assistance. I don't know how that works, because when I did something wrong and I was growing up, I didn't get $500. I didn't get $10. I got some good old whooping cream from my daddy and my mother. You know, I didn't get thanked. I wasn't thanked. I was punished.
So Ted, do you think that the Stockton Police and also the city council, whatever, should be transparent about how much money they spend on their cash for crime?
Absolutely. We're still asking where the $20 million came from to help
The
Mayor
scholarship.
Tubbs on the Reinvent Stockton and Mr. What's his name? Lujan over here in the Stockton Unified School District.
Lantau?
Lantau is head of the Reinvent Stockton, and that's gonna give them a trip to Disneyland. Okay, they're gonna give them $1,000, and when they come back, they can carry their guns. How is that gonna lower crime? I don't know how Mr. Lantau can be a representative of the kids in the Stockton Unified School District and support this program. You know, they said it working in other communities. I don't know. You know, everybody has their opinion. My opinion is, along with other 20,000 people that I know, are against it.
Just right now, I think the popularity of the mayor have been declining. What they lead to believe because just the recent election, I think the Measure B, the cannabis. Mm-hmm. The mayor wanted to push that up on the meeting, and yet it did not pass. Okay, even Lantau even promoted for that, and I personally didn't disagree about having fun to a nonprofit organization at all. I didn't like that, so I just got, you know what, this is the political agenda for them. So we made an awareness of that, let the people know that vote no on Measure B, you know, because that's not going to be, this particular organization it's going to want to get the money from the cannabis to bring that $10 million that they claim they have, but by a provider donation, you know, but yet they have not got it yet. We haven't shown any proof until I think they have to file their 1099 next year to see where if it's a private owner, $10 million, whatever. But they don't have to put the name, but they have to put the money. Cause the last time they didn't put 2007, they didn't claim no tax in there. I went to their website and they didn't claim nothing. So they should have some kind of substantial amount of fund to see where their money's going.
I agree. There should be some transparency, and these cannabis shops should be doing their yearly tax return, and it should be open for the public to see what they're doing with the money. The money's going back into the city, but I do support that we have people who are suffering, who have cancer and other illnesses, that if they use the cannabis, it's for the doctor gave them a prescription, or they have hurt back, and I support that.
Perfect.
You know,
okay. So the question that I'm going to ask you, how about the recent election? What do you think about that? I'm going to repeat that because that's the question I'm going to ask you. That was my opinion, because you haven't really said about your opinion about it.
Oh, okay. Well, my opinion was, you know, after talking to my board of directors, who are all volunteers, I am really proud to say that most of my candidates over down to Stanislaus County, Mr. Harder, he won his election. Mr. McNerney, we supported him. He won. I'm very proud of Christina Fugazi. We went door to door and we passed out flyers, and we're always proud to know that she's the one that's going to be speaking up for Stockton, and also our good friend Paul Canepa. We know Paul. He cares about the community. He always hires people to help them. They're down and out.
District 3, right?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Okay, District 3. Okay, but just to let people know what you're referring to. Okay, I think it's District 3. Okay.
The point is that when you're on the city council and you're District 6 or District 5 or whatever you are, you represent the city.
Oh yeah.
So if you're walking around drunk or driving around drunk, can't you think that you are the mayor or you're the city council? You don't do those things. You know, you are supposed to be a role model. And I know that it's very difficult for our mayor to understand. When you're a father like myself, you care about how these things or these issues that he's voting on are going to affect our children. And, you know, some of the things he's doing, I don't agree 100%. I just don't agree with a lot of things he's doing. But I'm glad that he's putting Stockton on the map. That's good, but I don't like it when I go to San Diego or I go to San Antonio and everybody's laughing at the city of Stockton because we're doing these programs that don't make no sense. You know, that's a shame, because he has an opportunity to do something good in this community. And Ann Johnson was absolutely right. Every word she said about the expansion of Stockton should be no more. We should have a green belt. It was in 1992, it was in law. There will be no more building north of 8 Mile Road. Okay, and this has happened. He continues to forget. He continues to forget, and they forget about the community. We are the community. We want our sidewalks fixed. We want better police protection. We want better fire department, and we need to support these programs that are going on. You know, not all of them are perfect, but I can guarantee you that program, the Peacekeepers, I've seen the results, and I've seen former gang members turn their lives around. They're working, they're paying taxes, and they're happy. They're happy, but I haven't seen any result from the Advanced Peace Program. So I hope that his dream comes true, and I hope, crime does go down because like the last time I was on your program, Doug, you asked me, what, the crime's going up, Well, crime goes up, then it goes down. It's in cycles.
Like a cycle, okay.
It's in cycles. And I just, every time I turn around, I'm hearing that Mr. Jones, the chief of police, is doing meetings in the schools. He's going, there was a shooting, and he's there. He's there to talk to the parents.
But the thing is,
not everybody likes him, but I do. I
but
think
the thing is
he's
that
doing good.
to keep going is only focusing on the city. We have Unified Good District do have a chief. It's a woman. I've got her name. I know. I met her, and they do talk to the students. They have their own police department, but I don't think Chief Eric Rohn and then the Chief Eric and the Chief of Stockton, the police attack, are both should be collaborating which one is going to be, but they have their own chief already. But at the same time, I want to go back to get off the track. So tell me I want to talk to Mr.
Reyes
about the last meeting, because I know that the last meeting they have once a month, and it's just ridiculous that it started from 5:30 and went up to almost 10 o'clock.
Well,
and tell me about how they can switch, because Dan Wright, kept, he's been in that shoe before last year about having an infill in Stockton. When we had the infill last time, they voted for that we're going to have the infill to development to start. But yet, he acting like, trying to delaying the inevitable. Trying to figure out how much job that could be budgeting for whatever reason. So tell me about it.
Well, as you know, this city has been running like that for years. It didn't start yesterday.
That's true.
I was at 8 Mile Road yesterday at the Trinity Park, and I didn't see no campsite, no people begging for money. Why?
Look right there.
Why? Because it don't happen in that part of town. We have everything falls here.
Right.
We have junk, garbage on every levee, and nobody looks that way. I complain all the time because we have an ordinance here. For example, the homeless, there's a remedy, but they don't want to look there.
Okay.
Like you say, some kind of political motivation, leave them there, blah, 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 blah. That's what it is.
Okay.
Because I came up with a lot of good options for the homeless that would cost practically nothing, but they don't want it. A good example. I proposed a couple of years ago or 3, I said, let's talk to the people of Up and Ready Island, which is an abandoned government property that was a military base.
Right.
We gave them a house there, water to take a bath. If they want to walk to town to hustle for their food, which is fine, but you get them away from everywhere.
Right.
But it was not their idea.
Okay.
So forget about that. But the police is doing a good job in this city. We don't have enough police, and the other problem is that we don't have a jail.
It's over capacity.
But this is what it is.
Okay.
What I see is this here. They're tired of supporting people in jail because it's expensive.
Right.
Especially if you didn't commit a felony. I talked to a police officer one day. He said, we take him in there, they kick him, they book him and kick him.
Right.
Why support them there? Because it's very expensive, about $300, $400 a day per person. For
Wow.
clothes, for food, for somebody guarding them. But I mean, it's just thousands of dollars. So you could build a jail from here to Texas, and it will always be full.
True.
Because it's a lot of economy there. You know, people have jobs, you know, things like that.
But the thing is, like you said, you hit the head in the nail. There's an economy for everything. There's an economy for sick people. There's an economy for homeless people because they get funded. When they get funded, who gets the money first? The organization first. They get 75% proceeds to get a little bit of money to spend money to get the money back to the community. So they pay themselves first, and then whatever's left
Whatever's
over,
left, they throw to the
right. So I do believe what you're saying is true about homeless. Now that we're gonna have enough time, we have a lot of. I'll probably have to bring you back because this is the thing about your organization that it's wide. Civil rights is wide to conversate about this. For example, now so tell me why you want to have a fundraiser at the Aztec Center.
Oh, okay. So we're going to be having the fundraiser on December the 14th from 6 to 10 p.m. at 1632 East Harding Way. For more info, it's 603-3409. And the reason we're having the fundraiser is to collect funds in order that we can support the Aztec Center. We have the PG&E, we have property tax, we have insurance, and we need to raise funds. This is the first time I'm asking the community to help, and our cook or our chef will be making tamales, and what we're asking is for $7 to come in, and we're going to have music, and we're going to have dancing, and we're going to have fun, and it's going to be fun. We want to be positive, and we want to be to show the community that the Aztec Center is a community organization. We're not just Mexican. We're for everybody. Yes, we are focused. We are focused on our brothers and sisters that are suffering, because there's a lot of suffering going on in Stockton. Stockton is not a miserable town. Okay, the newspaper reported, that's a miserable town. Well, it's miserable if you get up at 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and you think you're going to get a job. No, you're not going to find a job. If you don't know how to find a job, you come to the Aztec Center. But please, don't come at 11 o'clock. Come at 9:30. Come prepared to go to work, because we want to help people find jobs. And this all costs money. The electricity, the paper, the printer, the computer. And this is why we are asking that the community support us, and we want to invite everyone. I have been pushing for this on the internet and Facebook. Everybody's invited to come on down and help with the funds and the fundraiser.
Okay, now, there's another, look at that, I even personally have to put all the questions down, so I have to skip the note. Okay, now we move on to the next one. So tell me, Ted, how do you feel about the caravan of the immigrant? You want to talk about it, or you want me to keep going?
Yeah, just give me just a few minutes on the caravan. I am an immigrant. I work with the immigrant rights, and I work with discrimination and fair treatment of all peoples, including immigrants. So I was mixed. I felt really sad to see that these people are starving to death, and they're coming up in caravans, because the United States is the country that everybody wants to live in. You know, we have so many opportunities and so much rights for our people. You know, if you lived in Mexico and you were making $3 a day, would you try to cross the border? You know, if that was your mother or sister living on the other side of the border, would you say, oh, let's build a wall? No, I don't think so. So my feeling is that if they come over legally, they should be accepted into this country, okay? If they don't have a bad moral character, give them an opportunity. But the 30,000 or 20,000 people, I don't think that the United States can handle that many people at one time. So I think that the shooting of the young little children, that they were shooting rubber bullets at these people, that wasn't necessary. Okay, putting 20,000 soldiers on the border, that wasn't necessary. You know, we need the soldiers here. We need money for the homeless. Why are we throwing away money on the border? I mean, it's not going to happen. That wall's not going to happen. And
people are going to get in anyway, no matter where the wall is there.
That's true.
I mean, and not only that, what you're saying about the border and everything else, you know, the people confuse legal and illegal. And it gets lost when it comes to fighting, like you say, civil rights, when organization with Latino and a Mexican immigrant coming to the border. That's it lost. It loses all that, and it creates a lot of confusion.
That's true. That's true.
That's what people talk about when we get racial remark, we get stereotype and all that stuff, which I don't like it either. You know, I know what is happening there too, and I came to 3 generations. My mom came from Central America. She came here. She went to school. She got her high school. She came and got her permanent resident. No, she got her citizenship. My aunt got her permanent citizenship. Okay, but she said, I told my aunt, you need to apply for citizenship. Oh, no. Okay, that's okay. Anything happens to you, you better behave. Don't get a ticket or whatever. We don't know what the law do. It's kind of a volatile. You know, you don't know what's going to happen. And the one that, and I have another aunt, she's illegal. Do I see the different argument between not permanent and then citizenship? They have the right, but people who break the law, to me, they should go to the process instead of sneaking, bringing more. But yet, at the same time, I do believe that without them, we don't have no food in the table.
Right. So, in closing this questions about immigrants, I just want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
If the news on TV, it's not fake news, okay? And I was up late last night around 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, for me is late, and it just flashed, you know. In New Jersey, you had 12 people who have been working since 1999 for the Trump company and the Trump houses. They've been cleaning these houses, and they've been working for Trump, and they're illegal, and they're undocumented. So what kind of hypocrite do we have in the White House? He's hiring undocumented, and then on the other hand, get him out of here. And when I'm elected, they're going to get him out of there. Well, you know what? They didn't get nobody out of nowhere because these women quit. And he told them, do not talk to the press. Do not talk to the radio. And guess what? They're on Univision, and they will be on CNN, and they'll be talking about how Mr. Trump hires undocumented at low wages. So, you know, here's the hypocrite. And I want to turn over the next question
Hold
to
on,
Mr.
Before we go down to the end, that's a good point we made. That's why earlier when we in the broadcast, we talk about platform. See, people, if there's no problem, that's how they get them. Homeless, illegal, all that stuff, infrastructure, that people that we care for, that's how they, and when they don't put no money into it, that's when they get elected. And then when they try to get it done, they delay the inevitable. So I see Edward giving me a heads up. So we're going to have a couple of questions, 3 more questions to squeeze in for Ted. But I thought, is Ms. Maria going to be able to...
Can we get one question for... You can ask
Before
how do the outreach program work?
very well.
Okay.
Mr. Gonzalez does a great job. He knows a lot of people in this city. He knows the organizations. He knows the politics. He knows what's right and what's good and what's bad. He invited me over to come and work with him, and that's why I'm here today. And I see what I see is there's a lot of potential there that he's trying to educate the people. We don't specialize in Latinos or nothing like that. The people. People that need help with jobs, with problems with domestic violence, you know, all of these issues here. And his heart is there to help them. And that's why I'm here with him today. Because he invited me over, and we're going to work together. As you know, they don't like us at the City Hall.
Right.
Well, now they're going to see us together.
Right. Well, when two of you make a good duo, I do believe that. Mm-hmm. Because you're an advocate. I think you work constantly on City Hall meeting, which is good. Yeah. Representing and just telling people, look, you're not doing your job. You're not. You have to remind them. You're there to represent us. And I see you do, and you do a great job on that.
Well, this is what it is.
What?
You know, I know what goes on this city here. before, a few years ago, and the years before that, we have no representation. Everything goes up to the other part of town. Okay? Nothing to this part of town. Okay? So I go there and explain to them, hey, there's money there because there's money for every district allocated for every year.
Right.
Where's the money? Nobody wants to do business in South Stockton. I'm the president of Martin Luther King Merchants.
Okay.
And in 2009, I formed that organization because we pay taxes like the people up north. The business people that do business there, they pay taxes like the people at Trinity Park.
But the district have but okay, so let me rephrase that. So the people that are listening to it, when we pay our tax in each district, it goes to the general fund.
That's it.
And the general fund, what's the priority? The priority what? With whatever priority they pay for their staff first, themselves first, and then and we start filling out, and we get nothing, no service. We had a problem with libraries, people education. Then we have a problem with Victory Park swimming pool. So Victory Park is the central element of what people go there all the time, and we have a black eye because they don't have no swimming pool. We pay our taxes, and yet there's no swimming pool there.
Like anybody else.
Right.
Like the people up north in Spanos Park, we pay taxes just like them.
Right.
The thing is that we have nothing. There's no money, nothing coming down this way.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, we have less crime on the south side.
Right.
They did a study a few years ago that most of the worst crime in Stockton was the northeast Stockton.
Right.
Okay? They even had a kind of small police department over there. And it kind of cleaned up a little bit.
Good.
But what do we need to bring? Like I tell the city council, who in their right mind would want to come and do business here in this city? As soon as they walk into the gateway, there's garbage everywhere. There's bums, there's people begging. Who would want to do business in this town?
That's the thing. That's what I was saying. As a real thing, as a real estate person, I find out that location. That's the prime. That is the model that every real estate knows. Location. But yet, location from the south side is still good because it goes to Tracy, it goes to Ripon, all the other side of the area that have not been reached. And I think it's a prime land.
It's a prime land, but the only thing that's gonna help it if we separate ourselves and call it South Stockton, another city, and incorporate.
Right.
Then we take care of South Stockton. Otherwise, we got nothing coming. And like I tell the city council people, the problem with this city is they mismanage our city. Now they've gone down to
agree.
1 meeting a month. I don't want to know every month what's going on in the city. I want to know every week what's going on. I don't want to work behind the scenes over there and do whatever.
Right.
But they don't want to hear you and me and Mr. Gonzalez. They don't want to hear none of that.
But that's the only thing about regarding what you're saying that I just don't like the barrier of South Stockton, East Stockton, West Stockton. It should be the city of Stockton needs development. If you keep saying South Stockton, the back of the mind people say it's a bad name. It's an F word to them. It's an F word. But in the East Side, it's an F word. If you say something, it's like a derogatory name. You're on the East Side, that's not good. You're on the South Side, no. But in New York, if you live in the South Side, you are rich.
Oh, yeah.
There's a big difference. In California, the difference. In the north and west are the one of the more prime location.
Again, before we
Go ahead,
finish here,
I'm sorry.
you asked about the wall, Mr. He was talking. The wall is never going to be built. That's just a political motivation of Mr. Trump.
Right.
Okay? We, as Americans, we're the biggest promoters of democracy, and we made all the countries knock their wall down.
Okay.
Now he wants to build one. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
It will not happen.
Okay.
I mean,
great.
it's
Another Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
That's true.
But again,
Okay.
when he did this to the children and put them in cages like dogs, my heart started pumping very hard because a child is protected anywhere in the world. And we have a law here in this state of California. You cannot abuse a child. I don't care if you're the president. You go to jail.
Right.
And I was ready to do that to violate him for his oath of office and put him in jail.
Right on. Okay, that's a good point. All right. Well, enough about politics. You know, we're here to be neutral. But as far as organization with Ted Gonzalez, you know, he for the community, for the Aztec Center, as well as the Mexican, they're going to have a fundraiser. So if you want to talk about a lot more things to help out in the community, go to him and Mr. Rhea for information, because they're going to be a duel. They're going to be wonderful for the 2019. So I do believe that go to them, meet them, because they're a very passionate fella, and I really do admire their leadership in the community in Stockton, because advocating in the Latino community and immigrant rights, that's a big deal to us as people like myself, Latino. I know my mom. I come from Nicaragua, Central America. My mom would say, "Well, I'm American too. I'm born from Central America. I'm American too." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's a big difference."
Where's your papers?
Well, let me
My
ask
birth certificate.
I'm a Native American. I'm an American.
Yeah, I'm a Native American too. Yeah, amen for that.
If you're born in America, I don't care if you're Central, South, you're an American.
Right. I totally agree with you.
You're an American, yeah.
Right on. So at that note, thank you for watching the Voice of Stockton, the video show. Thanks for watching everything. So have a good day. Bye-bye. All right. Did a good job, guys.